Aruba Certified Design Expert Written Exam HPE6-A80 will retire on January 15, 2024. We provide the latest Aruba Certified HPE6-A80 exam dumps, which are the best material for you to test the related topics. Share some HPE6-A80 exam dumps questions here. 1. What is one customer requirement that can drive the need for a relatively dense AP deployment? In which IR coverage areas of at least 3 AP radios overlap? A. AP operation as hybrid AMs for IDS, WIPs. B. The deployment of dual SGHZ radio APs. C. Support for beacon management. D. Location tracking of wireless LOT devices. 2. For which scenario do Aruba CX6300M series switches meet the needs for an upgrade of the wired access layer while the Aruba CX630QF series switches do not? A. The customer wants to utilize the Aruba AP515 support for 002.3BZ connectivity. B. The customer wants to utilize LACP on AP515 in VSF switch configuration. C. The Aruba CX6300M supports 10 Gbase connectivity with AP515. D. The Aruba CX630 German marks support up to 75 WPO+ per port. 3. Which scenario indicates the need for a wireless mesh? A. A NS historical building has some wired areas and a few areas with no wired or wireless connectivity. Walls and ceilings have asbestos. The company needs wireless access across the site. B. A hospital needs to provide high availability for wireless services in certain areas which support very critical wireless medical devices. Devices must always be in range of at least 2 APs. C. A company has a small branch office with just one rep. The company has noticed that performance is poor in some areas of the network and wants to add another AP. D. A company needs to provide seamless roaming and wireless access between 2 buildings. The buildings are about 60 feet, 18 meters, apart. 4. A customer has critical wired endpoints. However, each endpoint is a single Ethernet connection to the network. The customer wants redundancy in the switch access layer to minimize the chances that an endpoint will lose this connection. The architect plans to deploy 2 Aruba CX6405 switches in the closet. Which plan provides the greatest redundancy for this scenario? A. The 6405 switches are in a VSF fabric, so the individual switches do not need redundant components. B. The 6405 switches are in a VSX fabric, and each has a redundant management module but not a redundant power supply. C. The 6405 switches are not in a VSF fabric, and have redundant power supplies but not redundant management modules. D. The 6405 switches are not in a VSX fabric, and have redundant power supplies and redundant management modules. 5. A customer has multiple, very small branch sites that require just 1 or 2 APs each. The office has a local internet connection, but all of the traffic is destined to the corporate data center, which has an Aruba wireless solution. Which branch office solution best meets the customer needs? A. RAPs and no branch office controllers. BIAPs and 7005 branch office controllers with an 3D WAN license. CCAPs and 7005 branch office controllers, D wraps and 7005 branch office controllers with an SD-WAN license. 6. What is one reason to deploy an Aruba CX switch when compared to an Aruba OS switch? A. To obtain API-enabled programmability for greater automation. B. To support Aruba dynamic segmentation. C. To obtain higher wattage power modules for enhanced PO+ support. D. To support zero-touch provisioning, ZTP. 7. What is one piece of additional information architects should obtain from the customer before they design the wireless solution? A. The power requirements for the wireless LOT devices and security cameras. B. The authentication and encryption capabilities for LOT devices and security cameras. C. The distance between the locations where cameras will be installed and the wiring closet on each floor. D. The average number of users per LOT device. 8. What is one additional benefit Trial Foundation Care gives beyond IR included warranty in Aruba products? A. Next business day snipping. B. Unlimited 24/7 access to tag and online support. C. Business hour prone support for hardware issues. D. Installation and getting started services. 9. A hospital needs a getter way to track its inventory, including wireless medical devices that are moved around the site a lot. Which solution meets these needs? A. Aruba Asset Tags and Beacons. B. Aruba Beacons, APs, and Airwave. C. Aruba Beacons and Meridian. D. Aruba Asset Tags, APs, and Meridian. 10. Compare the scenarios below. For which scenario do AP575S meet the needs? A. The customer needs APs for an indoor high-density environment in which TNE customer prefers dual 5 GHz operation. B. The customer needs APs for an indoor stadium that requires overhead coverage and directional antennas. C. The customer needs to mount APs in an outdoor area, but that area only has fiber cable available. D. The customer needs APs mounted to a concrete building exterior to provide coverage in a 90-foot (27 m) radius from the building.